And our next innovator from Cadabra, please welcome its founder and CEO, Mr. Graham Frost.
Hello, Cadabra is a tool for consumers and travel professionals alike to research, plan and book their complex multi-destinational travel online and in real time. Our go-to-market strategy is to license an inbound tour operator in each country, and they will load the information for their destination. Now, everything you're looking at on the screen is held on the database, which means that non-technical people can load it up, and that's obviously important for different destinations, but it's also completely multilingual. Now, when we get into planning an itinerary, there's 3 different ways of doing it in Cadabra, and we'll do our very cool itinerary wizard first. And this person's created an itinerary, so we'll create a new one. And because he's created a new itinerary previously, we can pick up the travellers from that, but otherwise you see we'd be able to add new travellers there. And so we've got 4 travellers on this trip. Now the dates, again, because he's created an itinerary previously, we'll just let the default dates go. And now into the modes of transport. Now they want to do a train journey in New Zealand, but in general they're going to travel around by car. And because they're travelling around by car, all the options for their rental car come up. And all of these lists are all under the tour operator's control and obviously different in every destination. Now for accommodation, we'll pick comfortable accommodation and we'll pick double rooms. But you can see also we could pick types, we could pick branding, we could pick amenities if they had special requirements for the accommodation. Now for the different destinations they're going to visit, they're all picked off the map here. You can see on the left-hand side there's a little list building up of where they've picked, and if they make a mistake, they can click on the little X beside it and get rid of that. And finally, the activities they want to do while they're in New Zealand. So these are the land-based activities, and we'll pick some action-type ones. And we'll have a look at the air activities. Quite like the look of all of those, so we'll just check that box. And going to New Zealand, we've really got to pick the scenic highlights, so we'll go for all of those. Okay, now this is just a summary screen. They can check what they've picked, they can go back and fix it. And now it's going through what we call skeleton itineraries to assess which is the best one to fit the requirement. Now what a skeleton itinerary is really just a list of locations in a logical order that you travel around the country. Now it's obviously got a bit of a text and a picture associated with it, but it's a very simple list for the tour operators to prepare. This one has got the 100% fit to the criteria, so we'll build it. And we've got the flight information, so we'll put that in. If we didn't have the flight information, we could just leave it out. And now it's building the itinerary. Now you might note that some of the places that this trip is visiting weren't actually on the list of destinations we originally picked, and that's where the value of the tour operator comes in, that if you're travelling from A to B with a slight detour, you can go to this place which will improve your holiday. And so that knowledge, if you like, all adds to the value of what you know about New Zealand or the country you're looking at, and improves it for everybody. So here's an itinerary. We start with a flight line, we have a rental car, hotel, and then the actual driving, the road journeys, so the planning of the actual itinerary all the way through. You can see a ferry journey there between the North Island and South Island, and it carries on. Now on every line you can see a change, insert, cancel. So this is really considered to be a starting point for the itinerary. you can keep on changing it, modifying it, and do what you like to it. So just an example, we'll have a look at the alternatives for this Auckland hotel. And the quadrant here, we'll have a look at that. You can see on the left-hand side here, we have availability information. We have pricing in the currency of the person who's logged on, ratings, photos and videos, travellers' ratings. You can view it on the map and what options are available. So we'll look at the rooms. And these are the rooms available. We'll take the studio double. A little bit more information about that, and we'll add it to the itinerary. Now, because there's 4 people and double room, the system's allocated 2 rooms, and there's a lot of functionality around the ability that one couple may want to be in a suite or a twin room, or you can add and delete rooms, you can remove people from rooms and move them into the other room, all of that functionality included. Really good for families and for large groups as well. Okay, now that's done, we'll add an activity. Now the bottom activity on this list is a jump off the Auckland Harbour Bridge on a bungee jump, so it's really a must do. And you can see down the timetable here section, and we'll pick the 9 a.m. Now funnily enough, not everybody actually wants to jump off the bungee jump, so we'll take them off, but they're happy to come along and watch, so we've got an option for that, so we'll add them onto the bungee mate option. And okay, so that's updated. So you can see how they can travel through. Now on the left-hand side here, we've got the control panel, and obviously the book now is the important one for us, but they can also make different versions of the trip, and they can share the itinerary by emailing a link to it to friends. Now this is also really good for travel professionals, because they can